A Clash at the Castle is over, and all WWE fans in the UK can say is, what the F? Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at why the WWE missed out on one of the biggest opportunities it had. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. A Clash at the Castle, the WWE's first premium live event in the UK in 30 years, proved to be a bit of a disappointment, not because of the quality of wrestling, but because of the way the WWE treated its UK fans with the show's booking and high-priced tickets. The WWE denied the fans of seeing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, i.e. witnessing a World Championship change hands, effectively reducing an overpriced event into a bit of a glorified house show. The WWE's booking of the main event, having Reigns retain the title yet again through the usual tribal chief shenanigans, was all it took to reduce the show from a treasured moment to something fans would rather forget ever happened. However, as we'll see, there are additional reasons why Clash at the Castle failed the UK fans. As firstly, business as usual. Now, instead of giving the UK fans what they wanted, of Drew winning a title at least, the WWE gave them more of the same, Roman Reigns stealing a win through underhanded tactics. After 2 years, it's just so tired, and again, this could have been a triumph for McIntyre and the UK fans who were clearly behind him. While it goes without saying that Drew had the hometown crowd, the case can be made that this was also a chance to revisit Drew as a main eventer in front of crowds. The WWE had crafted the perfect opportunity for Reigns to lose the title. Bereft of his cousins Jay and Jimmy, and with Paul Heyman still out of commission, the head of the table found himself on his own and clearly off his game. A win by Drew could have led to a storyline of Reigns regrouping and asking if he needs the bloodline. At that point, it would make sense to introduce Solo Sikoa, strengthening the group. On the other hand, the WWE could turn Reigns babyface and have him go solo. Either way, a Reigns loss could have done more for the tribal chief than another win. But as we'll see, the WWE's fixation on keeping Reigns as champion has become a problem, as witnessed by Clash's disappointing finish. The championship obsession. WWE seemed obsessed with keeping the undisputed championship around Roman Reigns' waist. The conventional wisdom seems to be that the WWE wants Reigns to have the title when and if he wrestles The Rock at WrestleMania 39. At this point, it makes no sense as Reigns no longer needs the championship. First, WrestleMania 39 is nearly sold out, so there's no need to add anything to a dream match. Second, the WWE had the option of taking the belt off Reigns for some time and having him regain it before Mania. Third, even if Reigns goes into WrestleMania as champ, does anyone think the WWE will even put the belt on The Rock? Have they destroyed Drew? No discussion of Clash is complete without looking at how the WWE ruined Drew McIntyre's character and his chance of returning to the main event. Drew's career has been hit and miss ever since he was drafted from Raw to SmackDown. He went from being a two-time WWE champion on Raw to feuding with wrestlers such as Happy Corbin on the Blue brand. Clash at the Castle offered the WWE a chance to restore him to the main event. If there's one thing that Cody Rhodes' injury has shown, is that the WWE is sorely lacking in babyfaces. A win by Drew, who has never had the chance to prove himself during the pandemic, could have given a major rub and given both Raw and SmackDown a top babyface, not to mention a full-time champion. Instead, McIntyre became yet the latest victim to the bloodline, looking like a sap with nowhere to go from here but down. It's been taught that the WWE wants to use Roman to elevate whoever defeats him to the top, but so far, every wrestler who Reigns has defeated has seen their stock drop, depleting the WWE of main event stars who the fans can get behind. There are already fans who are bored with Reigns' repetitive run as champion, and who's to say how much value there will be in putting the belt on someone new? Let's just look at the Roman Reigns hit list. There's Drew McIntyre now, Brock Lesnar, Riddle, Goldberg, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, John Cena, Edge, Rey Mysterio, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, Braun Strowman, and The Fiend. Well, can we really put The Fiend in that list? Well, that's up to you to decide. This was a wasted opportunity. The importance of Clash at the Castle cannot be overstated. As we pointed out in a recent article on our website, Clash had the power to help increase the already healthy enthusiasm for the WWE product in the UK, including building anticipation for future live events, including annual premium live events in the UK or elsewhere in Europe. Clash also could have led to an overall increase into the fans' enthusiasm as a new era began with a more active world champion. This in turn could have helped the WWE with its ratings, which are all the more important as the WWE's television rights deals comes up for renewal. Finally, Clash at the Castle could have helped the WWE when it markets NXT Europe. but the WWE has gone from goodwill to ill will. The WWE had the UK fans eating out of its hand when it announced Clash at the Castle. Despite incredibly high-priced tickets, as some fans described them as ridiculously priced, box office sales were strong. Keep in mind that the tickets went on sale before Triple H took over in the WWE's creative department, so there was more momentum from the regime change. I believe the fans flocked to the event just to see the first premium live event held in the UK in decades. There was no other reason to go, as the WWE had not announced any matches when the tickets went on sale. But with one poor decision, the WWE destroyed the goodwill it created when it announced Clash at the Castle would pit Drew McIntyre against Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. Granted, there are no guarantees in wrestling, but the WWE was sending every signal that the Scottish Warrior was going to defeat Reigns and give the fans a memory that would last a lifetime. But what will the consequences be? At this point, the WWE better hope the fans don't let this memory last a lifetime, as it could be a long time before the WWE Universe pays a small fortune for what is in hindsight a glorified house show. Other than Dominic Mysterio turning heel, there was nothing important that took place at this show. Sure, the WWE threw the UK fans a bone by reuniting Imperium, but that was hardly the big moment fans were waiting to see. Fan loyalty is a difficult thing to gauge. Some of the fans who attended Clash in the Castle are likely wondering if the WWE took advantage of them. If we didn't see any title changes here, why would we see any in the future if WWE plans to have an annual event here in the UK every year? The question is whether these fans will stay angry and tune out of the promotion or come back after a few weeks of stewing over the latest WWE screwjob. Now, whilst the focus of this video is on the WWE's treatment of UK fans, what if it's other fans? Did the fans feel like Clash was a glorified house show or an NXT takeover? Perhaps more important, did the fans get the feeling that while the undercard may change with new faces, the top star is going to be Roman Reigns no matter how predictable his matches are? While it might be easy to dismiss the fans' anger over Drew coming up short, there's also the situation of the WWE scrapping NXT UK and replacing it with NXT Europe. With NXT Europe a long way off, might the disgruntled fans turn elsewhere for their wrestling entertainment? This seems like the ideal time for AEW to run a show in the UK. While a UK pay-per-view may be a long way off, a tour could be prosperous and lead to disappointed UK fans checking out AEW. It could also lead to WWE fans simply tuning out and finding a more enjoyable form of entertainment. Some fans who attended the event must be asking whether the WWE thinks the UK doesn't deserve to see a World Championship change. When Roman drops the title will be an important moment, at least in terms of how the WWE has protected him. However, why couldn't it have happened in the UK? The show was being broadcast internationally, and a title win by Drew could have reinforced the adage, anything can happen in the WWE, with it can happen anywhere. Clash at the Castle's terrible finish was so bad that it ultimately made the event feel like a glorified house show. In hindsight, it seemed like a money grab designed to gouge the UK fans out of their money, and even has some fans wondering whether the WWE thinks the UK fans don't deserve to see a world title change ever. Where things go from here remains to be seen, but if social media is any indication, the WWE has a major mess on its hands. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.